What's happening, Wisdom Warriors? Back at it for another video. So let's get into it. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Had a bit of a rainstorm today, and anyways, I just want to start off and just say today I'm just gonna riff, a little bit, and just go off the cuff. I always do that, but yeah, we're just gonna riff and just see what comes up. I have a lot of introspection that I've had and reflection, and the fact that we just had a Mercury retrograde and a solar eclipse. It's brought me into a lot of reflection, and some things that I'm experiencing, plus the fasting. The fasting on the start of the Mercury retrograde, because I think the solar eclipse was Wednesday and Thursday, and then the Mercury retrograde hit Friday, and I literally started Thursday night after dinner. So literally we're coming into pretty much almost 2 days now. And to be honest with you, there was some rough times. And I know I've posted some videos about it's not about the journey, or it's not about the destination, but it's the journey. And what's interesting is I'm gonna shout out to my brother out there, Johan's Odyssey. Check out his YouTube channel. Subscribe. He's got some deep, powerful messages. And I was actually listening while out in nature today, and I loved his perspective on it's not about the journey. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And he posted a recent video which really reminded me of that while I'm on this journey that I'm on right now. And I know I've spoken about that myself in a different way, in different experiences. It just reminded me while I'm on this, I needed to hear what he had to say. And I appreciate him, and this connection that we've created. And we have some things that we're working on in the behind the scenes that will be coming to fruition. And anyways, but it really isn't. It kind of woke me up to it. Of course we know that, and we sometimes forget it, right? And I started to think, I'm like, that's interesting how he was doing it in his situations. And not only that, but talking about people that hike, like, what is the point of just getting to the top? It's like kind of what I've talked about material things and financially, and things in our life that we try to obtain, and then what happens when you get there? Like, it's never enough, right? Versus like enjoying the process or enjoying the journey. It really caused me to go into a much deeper reflection, which is part of Mercury retrograde in itself, for us to reflect on our past and see how, in those situations and things we were doing with people, with things, with places, like, how can we learn from that? What can we do to maybe pivot a little bit in a better way? Maybe if we experience that in another way, how can we change that? And that's kind of what I've been having to look at with something that I'm experiencing with my health. That now this is the third time that I've experienced this. And again, I'm not going to take that up in this video. We'll talk about that another time. I still want more clarity. I know that things are getting clearer for me. And when I have a zoomed out lens, I will make a video on that. Right now, it's just about the healing and the process and what I can gain from the situation that is most important to me. And, you know, but yeah, it's kind of like with my father who experienced cancer 3 different times in his life, and that his higher self, his soul, his higher self, the universe was using those situations to show him something for him to learn. And that's kind of like what we go through with every situation we're in, every person we're in it with, every relationship, every romantic partner, every friendship, every family member. There is something in that relationship, situation, or thing to show us something. What can we gain from it? What can we get out of it to help us to grow and evolve and expand? You know, and you know, as I'm well, the one thing that I can tell you from what I'm experiencing currently, and leading me to fasting, which is giving me more of a deeper reflection, because there's not anything to distract me. There's no food to create, you know, strain on my body to where my body has to digest, which then distracts me. You know, but you know, again, this is almost going on the second day, and to be honest with you, it's actually not that bad. It was a little tough, and I'm going to be honest, you know, like I always am. There has been tough moments. I think it's gotten better now. I feel it's gotten better now. There was some moments yesterday, I would say yesterday evening, I started to actually get a headache to an extent. And I think it was more so a headache of, uh, letting go of maybe some things I was eating, that it was like kind of a withdrawal, so to speak. Um, that's what I felt like, a withdrawal type headache. Um, kind of like, you know, if you have a lot of caffeine or something like that, and your body starts to withdraw, or sugar or things like that, which I don't have, other than the sugar they put in coconut water. That's probably about it. And, you know, some other things, maybe, I don't know, the hummus I eat is store bought, so it is processed. So, I'm sure there is a level of sugar in that. Um, I mean, aside from that, maybe the shake that I have, uh, you know, um, again, I put flax seeds in my shake, and I put um, um, hemp seeds and things like that. They're still processed. So I'm sure there's a level of sugar in that. Um, the shake does have a little tinge of a sweetness to it, so there probably is, and coconut water does have a sweetness to it. Again, it's processed, so there probably is a level of that. So I'm sure the body has to go through a level of withdrawal with that also. That kind of passed, I would say, last night. I went to sleep. It wasn't a real bad headache like a migraine or anything like that, but it was definitely a level of probably a withdrawal symptom, you know. But today came, and I feel pretty good right now, to be honest with you. Aside from the experiences I'm experiencing, again, I don't want to specifically talk about it right now. Um, there's reasons behind that, just because I want to get a better, zoomed out experience from it, and I will talk about it, and I'm sure that, because I mentioned 3 different times, I know that I've spoken about it on this channel on other videos. So if you've listened to the content, then all 200 something videos, then you probably know what I'm referring to. So, you know, right now, as I speak right now in this video, it is probably, I think it's after 2 o'clock Eastern time, 2 o'clock p.m. And, so we're getting close to the second full day, and I feel pretty good. I just got done with a meditation, a group meditation I did, a community meditation that was an hour long, and I found it to be um, very eye-opening. Things came up about accepting and not trying to control, um, and just allowing and just being, and that because what I'm experiencing is something that I have no control over. And there's no doctor or anything that is going to save me or tell me anything different than I already know, that that I just have to let the body go through what the body needs to go through and step aside, and because it's easy for us to wrap our heads around trying to control and figure out the outcome and figure out what's going on, why is it happening, and what can I do to stop it, and how can I change it, and why is it happening, what is the reason. And that's what has been going through my head all day since probably yesterday, but not like a broken record, uh, just in a way that um, it's intermittently comes up, and you then begin to try to control, try to figure out, like, oh, when is this going to stop? How long is this going to go on for? What exactly is it that's causing it? What did I do? Did I eat something? Did I take something? These are all the things that I'm sure a lot of us think about and allow, instead of just being and just allowing and just accepting and just trusting that there's a purpose behind it all. We don't. We try to figure it out. We try to understand everything, and there's no logical mind that is going to be able to figure it out or understand it, but yet we still try to do that, and we continually do that throughout our entire life. And it's like mind blowing to me, man. And it's like, why? You know, why can't we just trust and know that, like, there's a higher power at play, that this all will work out exactly how it's supposed to if we just stay in alignment, if we just go with the flow, if we just allow, and we don't try to resist, we don't try to control, we don't try to figure it out and say, I'm going to move it like chess pieces, and I'm going to, you know, I mean, I've done that a lot of my life, where you're like, I'm God, which we are, you can take it however you will, but we all are. We're fragments of God. We came from God. We're all God. And we have the power to create and co-create and create our lives, but we've been conditioned to believe that we're not, and we have limits. And when we don't, we are limitless. But yet we have been conditioned to believe we have limits. And, and yet we've kind of boxed ourselves in to believe that it all is around, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to move here, I'm going to control my health, I'm going to control my body, I'm going to control what I put in it, what I do to it, what I say to it. There's a level of that we do have, but then there's a level that we don't, and um, like I've said on many, many videos, man, yes, we came here. Yes, we chose to come here. Yes, we chose to incarnate exactly where we are right now on this earth in this time, for a reason, for a purpose, to do something, to make some sort of impact. And, as much as you want to try to tell yourself that you aren't here for an impact or you aren't here for a purpose, well, that's the ego, coming in, trying to control, trying to understand, trying to figure it out. And there's so many levels that you're not going to figure out. And most of it we're not going to figure out and we're not going to understand. Yet we still try to. And so, you know, it blows my mind, like just laying there doing breath work this morning. Now, mind you, I didn't do Kundalini yoga. I skipped it because it's a little more strenuous than I wanted to do. I'm trying to conserve my energy, um, and just be as much as I possibly can be, and just go through this experience and as a journey, moment to moment, and enjoy it. Enjoy the process of, it's teaching me something. I'm growing from it. I'm getting mentally stronger. I'm gaining insight. I'm gaining awareness. I'm gaining the present. Because as I said, as you eat food, the food creates distraction because your body has to do a lot to digest that food. So when you're continuously eating all day long, it's creating a lot of distraction um, from you gaining this awareness or insight. And it's something I need in the time that I'm in and what I'm experiencing, what I'm going through, so I can gain insight and clarity and things can be more clear for me. It's just a part of my journey, and I'm actually getting to the point where I'm being okay with it and all of it. Because now I probably would say it's got to be several months that I've done every other week, um, and I've gotten more insight as the weeks go by and the months go by that I've been doing it. And I'm finding out, well, you know what? I'm not shriveling up like they say that will happen to you. Oh, watch out, you're going to shrivel up. Well, I'm still here, right? I'm still here. I'm still recording these videos. Go back and look because I've given you daily updates for months now, and I'm still here. I actually went to a physician because it was like a 3-month checkup or whatever. I mean, not that it really did me any. I mean, I actually was telling her more than she was telling me, to be honest with you. And it's not that I came out of there any more, uh, you know, like any more of a genius than I went in, because there was nothing that was really said that I was basically telling her, well, I'm doing a basic liver cleanse and a basic liver detox and I did a colon cleanse. Oh, that's great. And she gave me a couple extra things I could do, but yeah, it was not really, I didn't come out of there like, oh my God, this light bulb went on and I, had this unbelievable experience in this doctor's visit. To be honest with you, it really wasn't that way. And I went in pretty much the same I came out. I feel like the only thing that I can tell you is I was weighed on the scale. And to be honest, my weight has not really fluctuated in any way. It's kind of been the same. So me doing these fasts haven't really done much of anything as far as like where I became this, shriveled up and toothpick. I'm thin, but that's okay. It's not going up. It's not going down. It's kind of staying the same. And I guess that's okay. I mean, what does that really mean? Um, it's whatever you like see it to be, I guess, for you. You know, are you okay with it? Am I okay with it? Yeah. Um, I'm not this, jacked up, muscle bound dude that I used to be. Um, am I okay with that? Yeah. Because in videos I posted way, way back, I was just doing that for acceptance of women, of getting dates, of, feeling like if I get to a certain look physically that I'm going to get more women, and I'm gonna get laid and I'm gonna get action from women and they're gonna look at me and they're gonna, but in actuality, that was a distraction from me going inward and working within and healing within and 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 facing the insecurities that I had within of of the lack of self confidence I had, the lack of self worth I had. All of that was being masked by me building muscle. Oh yeah, man, wow, you got, damn, look at you, with a tank top on. And you know what? I actually think I look pretty damn good now. And I love the way I look. And I'm happy the way I look. And I wouldn't change, I mean, I was going to say I wouldn't have it any other way, but you know what? We're changing every moment, every minute, every second, and um, I just, I'm at a point where, like, I'm just allowing for whatever, for me to evolve in any way I'm supposed to evolve and expand. And if that means maybe I'm going to put on a little weight, then that's okay. If that means I'm going to lose a little weight, that's okay. Whatever is supposed to happen is supposed to happen, and I'm not going to try to control it or force it uh, or make it happen in the way that I think it's supposed to be, because I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot we don't know. But as long as you allow yourself to go in, to be on that inner tube and flow down that lazy river with the flow of the river, versus trying to like paddle and force and resist and like, oh, I'm gonna paddle up the, I remember when I was in those lazy rivers, when I was in Florida, we went to this lazy river, and I swear to you, I remember like how strenuous it was to force yourself to go faster in the river against the current. How draining that was, and tiring and exhausting, versus like allowing the river just to take you upstream. And I got chills just telling you that analogy, because I remember so vividly how strenuous and tiring and exhausting it was for the body, and mentally too. Not only physically, but mentally, and how mentally exhausting it can be to like try to control, try to force, try to resist, try doing all of those things, because you're fighting against the universe and you're not going to win. You will not win. Trust me. I've had experience. You can kick and scream all you want, man. You will not win. Uh, the universe, like, like, when did we ever think that we have the control? Like, that we were going to come here and control everything? Because I can tell you right now, you would not have been incarnating if you thought that you were going to be in control of everything. Because if we did that, there would be people here that would be destroying everything. We wouldn't be left here on this planet, like, still for hundreds of or centuries, if we had the power to control everything. It may look that way, but that's an illusion, because it really truly is not. There is like a higher power at play. Not only a higher power, but our higher selves are in control, really. Because I mean, again, we have free will, we have freedom of choice, but I think that's also can be a level of BS, because I mean, you have a lot of people that are going through trauma and pain and past life's pain and all of this stuff, and um, they're kind of like using that pain in a way that they hurt others. But I think there's still a level where we don't have that control, because if we did, the people that are still, because we all still have trauma and pain. I'm not going to even exclude myself in that, because I do too, that I'm still working through every single day. I don't think it ever ends until we leave the planet. But then even when we leave the planet, we're still working to evolve and grow, and we're transforming into something else, and we're learning even on the other side, so I don't think that ever stops. Um, In fact, I believe it never stops. And the fact of the matter is if you had that power, that's that of control, and and you literally, you would, like I said, I think there's powers at play that intervene at some point when it gets too like crazy. Like if somebody has just lost their mind and they just go, trying to take out the entire earth. I think there's a level that spirit or God or divine or source or all of it steps in to some extent. So I gotta believe that that has to happen, because there is people that are traumatized and have pain, and that are maybe not healing or maybe resisting that, and they're mistreating others and humanity to some level. But there's a level where somebody steps in, or spirit steps in, or guides step in, or like I said, you have free will and whatnot. And yes, things are happening that we don't want to happen and we don't like seeing. But also, I know you may not like hearing this, but a lot of these things also, like I said, everything's an illusion. And I will get into that in more detail in some other videos. I don't want to go too much into that right now because it's long enough, the video as it is. And so we'll talk more about that as time goes on. The fact of the matter is, these situations that we see are happening for us and by us. We put ourselves in these situations to bring up stuff within us, to bring it out of us so we can heal. So like if this person starts with you, like I talked about in the dream I spoke about, how every person that I came across triggered me more and more, to the point where I got to the point where it was like a teapot boiling over, and then I just lost it, in the parking lot. And that was all happening for me and by me in the dream, to heal, to bring up that anger, and to bring it out of me. And that's what happens a lot of times in situations in the real world. And that's still the real world too. I don't even want to say that, because that was real. It was reality. It was just another form of reality. So in the external world, like, if somebody was to walk in this room and trigger me, onset a trigger, right? Or you're driving in your car, but you could be driving in your car in your dream too. But let's just talk about the world that you could be driving in your car, where you're not sleeping, you're awake, so to speak, let's say, because again, I have my uh, my stuff about that too, about that being another type of sleep reality, that we're kind of like, you know, uh, made to believe it's, because there's multiple realities, and again, I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm going, and then I digress. So let's just say that you're driving in your car and somebody cuts you off and you give them the finger and you start raging and having road rage. What is that doing? That's bringing up anger within you, probably anger that you've been suppressing, and again, we then take it to another level and blame them and say, oh, you cut me off, what an asshole, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And in actuality, that was like happening for you and by you to help you to bring that anger up, so you can look at it. You could say, oh, wait a minute, man. Is that coming from love? Is that coming from a loving, compassionate place? Or was that just me projecting anger out because I was suppressing it or pushing it down or ignoring it or avoiding it, and it had to come up some way, right? So, yeah, I think that's a great place to cut the video. I'm kind of feeling a little bit, uh, you know, I don't want to drain my energy too much. I'm kind of feeling that right now. So I think this is going to be a good place to stop the video. We'll see what happens. We'll see how far I go. Um, you know, uh, and I'm going to just do my best and take it moment by moment. And wherever I land, I land. And I hope that you guys got something out of this video. Um, hope you enjoyed it. Not just enjoyed it, but learned something from it. And taken the experiences that I talk about and then using them in your own life. Just like I said when I was listening to Johan's video from Johan's Odyssey YouTube channel, it made me look within myself and look back and reflect. Am I doing this journey or this fasting? Am I trying just to get to the destination? Because what is really the destination? Me to eat food? Or am I learning something from it each moment that I'm doing it? And am I enjoying the process? Versus just trying to get to the destination so I can eat some food and then kind of distract from what's coming up, what emotions are coming up, what feelings are coming up, what sensations are coming up, what am I feeling like, how am I feeling, and so I really enjoyed his video and his content, and I don't say it enough on this channel. He really has brought another perspective to, and we have a difference in age too, which is pretty amazing. To where I've learned a lot from his channel and his journey, and I'm so grateful to walk this journey and this path alongside him. Yeah, man, it's pretty dope and it's pretty cool, and yeah, man, I'm definitely shouting you out in this video. So check him out, Johan's Odyssey. Subscribe to his channel, check him out, man. He's got some really different perspectives, because mind you, we're on different sides of the globe. So it's really neat. I needed the video just at the exact right time that he posted that. It's perfect for where I'm at and the reflection I'm doing, and the awareness I have of the experience that I'm going through right now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, that's okay too. Just smash the like button, please, if you got something from it. And please share it out to somebody else that could use it. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to fast. If you want to do it, that's on you. Do the research, check it out, before you go ahead and you take that plunge. Do the research. It's up to you to, if you want to or not. Again, please comment, please like, please share. I love reading your comments. I love replying. I really, really do. And it just, we all learn from it. And that's the important thing, man. We learn, we grow, we evolve, we expand. And that's what's important. That's what we came here partly to do, and to make an impact. So, as I said before, there's a lot of things in the works behind the scenes. And with this channel, we're growing this community to just help impact the world and share from our experiences and what we've gone through, and help others. And even help ourselves, because I learn every time I get on here and I drop a video and I talk to you all about something that I have no idea what I'm even going to say before I get on. So again, I love you all so much. Take care. Take care of yourself and each other, from my heart to yours. I love you all. Let's go, Wisdom Warriors. We got this.